Hey guys, it's Logan here with Hydra572. Now if you've been watching our channel updates, you probably know that for a couple of months now I've been talking about getting into knife making. You might know that I've designed a couple of knives already. I haven't shown them on camera yet. Besides purchasing this steel here from New Jersey Steel Baron, I haven't really pursued getting into the knife making all that much. I think with this next paycheck I'll be able to get into it a little bit more. We already have all the tools that I believe we'll need. But I'm going to buy some balsa wood in basically these same dimensions of the block of steel, and I'm going to start making some rough cuts on the balsa wood, seeing what I can do, and seeing if it's easy to shape the designs the way that I want them to be made. I'm doing all that just because the goal throughout this whole knife making adventure is going to be as reproducible as possible, to be as consistent as possible. I want to, right from the start, make knives in batches so that if I come up with a name for a model, that model stays consistent and that they're as similar as they can possibly be. I respect the hell out of the guys that I know that make one-of-a-kind custom knives every time they make a knife. But I personally would like to get more reproducible really fast, have a couple of models that maybe my audience gets to know, other people get to know, and tweak those according to people's feedback, and see if I can make some really cool knives. And so I'll go ahead and show you guys the two knives that I've designed. They are very similar. They're going to be relatively small fixed blades. So there they both are. Sort of a traditional clip point design, modeled after, for this one at least traditional, modeled after classic knives, the buck knives, the K-bars, stuff like that. A little bit smaller, hopefully a little bit easily concealed, a little bit more easily concealed. Maybe for neck knife carry. I'm not sure yet if I'll be able to get a Kydex press anytime soon, get into making Kydex. Not sure. It's not a real high priority. I think I want to get into more making of the knives first before I worry about anything like that. But yeah, some smaller fixed blades. The first batch will be out of 154 cm. I picked that because it's easy to heat treat. You don't need an oven with any other chemicals that you have to put into the air or anything like that. I'm not sure if I'll be doing the heat treating. I don't have a heat treating oven. We have a couple of friends that work in foundries, things like that, so we may be doing it there, or we may be sending it to a commercial custom knife maker's heat treating place. Not too sure yet. Like I said, I just want to get into making the rough cuts on some wood and then on some metal. I bought enough steel to do one of this and one of this. All of the jigs and everything like that from the production will be reusable. So yeah, there are the two designs. As you guys can see, they're about 9 inches long, about 1.75 inches at the guard. Probably thinking pretty slim. For the handles, I'm not sure yet. Maybe wood. I think wood would be pretty easy to work with to start with. But then in the future, looking at doing G10, micarta, anything like that. Obviously fixed blades because they're easier to work with, don't have to work with any locking mechanism, even a friction folder, not sure that I want to deal with right now. So yeah, just two easy designs. Like I said, the more traditionally inspired one, and then the one where I added a recurve because you guys know that I love recurves. So yeah, I think that should be a good little subtle recurve. I'm not sure how I'll negotiate that little point, but it should be easy enough, and I think that subtle recurve should add quite a bit of cutting power. So yeah, and you guys will be involved all throughout the process. So right now I would like to know you guys' feedback on the two designs, anything that you see if you're a knife maker that could be a problem, anything that I don't know I'm running into. Or if you're just a consumer, if you're a knife guy, anything that you would want to tweak if this knife was in front of you. I know it's sort of hard to imagine just looking at the designs, but hopefully I'll show you guys the working on the balsa wood, and I'll show you guys the finished products of that, whether it's embarrassing or not. And if it's not too embarrassing, then we can probably work on it and see what you guys would suggest. But yeah, not going to be a full-time gig around here, definitely keeping up more with knife reviews on the knife end of our channel, knife usage, knife reviews, but I would also love to get into making knives. I think these two designs that I've made are pretty cool. I mean, obviously I designed them, I'm going to think they're cool. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hope you're excited to go on the knife making adventure. I'm planning on doing it a little bit differently, tools-wise, than anything I've seen on YouTube so far. So it should be interesting. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more of the same.